Friends and folks, I'm William Theo and this is PTV News Now. At the top of our news abroad, we go south of the U.S. border where animal rights activists are sounding off loudly on a reversal by the country's highest court of a local ruling that has put a stop to a bullfighting in the capital since a year and a half ago. Hundreds of protesters tried to block entry to Plaza de Toros with seating capacity of 50,000 hours before gates into the arena swung open to let all bullfighting fans back to watching their favorite entertainment sport. This after Mexico's Supreme Court overturned on Sunday a lower court decision to suspend bullfighting in the capital. Bullfighting is still allowed in much of Mexico. Meanwhile, the United Nations Relief and Works Agency fired several staffers last week believed to have been involved in the terrorist attack against Israel on October 7 last year. As a result, financial aid to the UNRWA in Gaza City coming from countries led by the United States has been suspended indefinitely, and much to the delight of Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. VOA's Veronica Balderas Iglesias has the full story.
Calling for the release of hostages, Israeli protesters gathered again Sunday at the Karim Shalom border crossing and temporarily blocked humanitarian aid into Gaza. Palestinians have been scrambling to get sacks of flour as the United Nations warned some areas face famine.
This amount is for 7 people. See how little? This costs 50 shekels.
That's about $13 US. The UN Relief and Works Agency, UNRWA, in charge of helping about 2/3 of Gaza's 2.3 million population, is now facing its own crisis. 12 of its staff members have been accused of involvement in the October 7 Hamas terror attack in Israel, during which 1,200 people were killed and some 240 were taken hostage. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres confirmed Sunday in a statement that many of the accused have been fired and an investigation is ongoing. He also called on at least 9 countries, including the United States, to reconsider their decisions to stop funding the agency. Permanent representatives to the Arab League held an emergency meeting in Cairo to discuss the matter.
Countries are responsible for the continuation of UNRWA funding, and not to follow double standards. They should not show hurried reactions.
Israel's ambassador to the United Nations, Gilad Erdan, warned Sunday that countries who continue funding UNRWA before a comprehensive investigation is completed, quote, should know their money might be used for terrorism. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, meanwhile, has tried to appease domestic demonstrations by those demanding he do more to secure the hostages' return and calling for the Israeli leadership to resign.
It only strengthens the demands of Hamas. It only increases their demands and distances the goal we all want, the return of all the hostages.
As Israel continued targeting Hamas militants in Gaza, representatives of Qatar, Israel, the United States, and Egypt were said to be meeting Sunday to negotiate a potential new ceasefire and the release of more hostages. The news came as the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry announced the civilian death toll in Gaza has surpassed 26,000. Veronica Balderas Iglesias, VOA News.
And that's a wrap for this afternoon. This is William Theo reminding you to stay informed, get ahead, and catch the news right here.